how you doing? Good, good. I was checking on you to see if you got the live link. Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Take your time, man. Appreciate you. Okay, we'll be on you, man. It's your night. Okay. Hey, I just spoke with him. I guess he coming from a meeting or something.
Welcome to a special episode of HBCU Coaches Corner. My name is Rocky, and I got Steve Campbell with me. And the man you all tuned in to see is the legend himself, none other than Coach Johnny Cole. Coach, how you doing?
Man, I'm great, Coach. Boy, anytime this show, man, we taking hikes, we moving to new heights, we stepping up, man, and we got a great guest on. It's something that's real dear and close to my heart. Them Tigers, the TSU Tigers, Coach, and just to meet the new man there is a great experience, and we looking forward to it, and I'm feeling good, Coach. I got my reservations for actually the first game I'm gonna be commentating. And man, they get your car, you get your hotel, you get your flight. Boy, I'm feeling like new money.
Hey, Coach, I'm excited to see you on. We know that HBCU Go inked a deal with, I believe it was Fox, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Fox in Chicago and Fox also in LA.
Okay.
So we taking Black college football west. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So because they don't have that out west, it's a good chance, good opportunity now for our young Black African American kids to see HBCU athletics.
Absolutely. What about you, Mr. Campbell? How you doing today? You muted. I know that's one thing you are.
Oh, first of all, let me get that together. Can't hear me talk unless I'm muted. When I'm muted, right?
Yeah.
Got a lot to say. I'm super excited because one of the things that I like what we're doing is we're giving all the schools the opportunity and their coaches to talk. We always talk about the Blue Bloods and the Jackson States and the Southerns and the Grammars and the FAMUs, but we are talking to the other schools. Prairie View got their shine the other week. Alabama State got their shine. Now we got Texas Southerners getting their shine. This is what makes this show so great and what's so awesome. And honestly, we're going to learn a little bit of something. We got a brand new coach, first time being a head coach. So this is a lot. I think the people are really excited. Got a lot of feedback saying that they're ready to hear the interview. So, man, hey, I'm here, man. I'm here. Got my questions ready. And, like I said, we'll see what happens. Made a little news last time, so we'll see, you know what I mean?
Hey, Coach, and speaking of that, I just want to mention everybody. We have tomorrow night on our regularly scheduled night, we're going to have coach from Lane College, Veron Brown, and also we're going to have a guest we've had on here before, Teddy.
Teddy Keaton, I got it, Coach.
Teddy Keaton, and he's from Clark, Atlanta. So we're going to have those two guys on. Interesting thing is, like Coach mentioned, you're going to have Clark Atlanta's first game of the season. You're going to be commentating that game on HBCU, and I'm excited to hear about that interview and to hear Coach Keaton. When we had him on first, he had just gotten the job. And he didn't even know where the bathrooms were in the field house. And so now that he's been on probably about 6 months, I'm excited to see what kind of work he's done in that 6 months, Coach.
Well, make sure we add that on Wednesday now. On Wednesday, we got two coaches there. We got Sean Gibbs from Fort Valley State starting off at 8 o'clock. And then we got the Jackson State Tigers. Coach T.C. Taylor will come on right after him. So we got a lineup this week. I'm excited about it. I've been getting a lot of feedback that, hey man, you guys are running through the SWAC. Well, we want to run through HBCU football. We've reached out to all the head coaches to give them this platform because I can remember coaching in HBCU, Tennessee State, Alabama State, head coach at Texas Southern, head coach at Lane College. And we didn't have these platforms. We had our little media day on Monday that you come on and they give you 15 minutes, and that's it. Now we got a chance. This is bigger than football, Coach Campbell, and you say it all the time. This is bigger than football. This is bringing African American head coaches and athletics out to the world, to the country, whoever's watching, and let them know that we got Nick Sabans, you know what I mean? We got great coaches, you know what I mean, that came up, and we're gonna find out all about that of some of these guys' tree, from which one of these coaches have came up underneath, and it's just exciting. It's exciting for me.
Hey, Coach, our guest has joined. He's in the green room. I'm just waiting for the thumbs up to bring him up. Okay, all right, and let him get settled in, Coach. I'll let you do the introduction, Coach Cole.
Oh, good. Hey, this gentleman that we bringing up is God-fearing man. Played pro football in the NFL. I had opportunities to meet him on several occasions. He may not remember. Always been a stand-up guy. It's an exciting time for Texas Southern University to get such a candidate. And he knows the Houston area. He's played football for the Houston Texans, and
the Oilers.
With no further ado, with the Oilers, I'm sorry. With no further ado, I'd like to bring up the head football coach, the man, Cris Dishman of the Texas Southern University.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Well, I must be really a head coach. I get to be on you guys' show right now. So okay.
Hey, that's right, Coach. For sure. For sure. We come to get them all, Coach. But Coach, I started this show about two years ago, man. Just knowing that I'm an HBCU guy, Texas Southern graduate, head coach, been a coordinator several, and we just want to. I was looking to make a platform for you guys. To sell your program, to sell yourself, because it just don't stop right here. Cris, looking at your resume, you bounce from spot to spot to spot. So, and that's important that we let our African American coaches have the floor and talk about their philosophy and that kind of thing. Because, at the PWI level, we don't get those opportunities, and you know that just as much as I do. So welcome to the show. We're glad you're here, and we'll let you get started, Coach. How you doing there at Texas Southern University?
Things is going good. We're into our summer ball right now. We don't have nobody hurt, which is good. We have 110 players here on campus ready to compete for starting jobs. We don't have any starters. I don't care if you started last year or the last 2 years. Our job is to get the best 11 on offense, the best 11 on defense, and also get the best 11 on special teams and go out and try to win football games.
Well, Coach, you gonna get going, and what we got for the Labor Day class in about 3 more weeks?
Three more weeks.
You got to do something for the program, baby. You got to put the starting whoever down pretty soon here.
Well, so, I know. Well, they got 2 more. They got 2 more weeks to compete. So I'm gonna put it all the way down to the last minute. Maybe the first. The Thursday or the Friday, do we name a starting unit? But because you start versus Prairie View, don't mean you're gonna start next week either. So we'll have a competition for the years I'm here. Is always gonna be competition. Competition is good. It brings out the best in you. And those who fold in practice will fold in the game. So I'd rather you fold in practice, so therefore I don't have to put you in the game.
Right. Coach, this is your first big opportunity. 1AA college football program. Where did you learn your philosophy? I kind of hear philosophy here on how to get things done. What tree or who was the guys who actually made an impact on your career?
I have a good mentor. Phil Bennett is a real good mentor of mine, and he has been helping me out a lot of things to do, how to meet and stuff like that. Him and I talk almost every day. There's Pat Thomas, who coached me with the Oilers, who was my DB coach. Him and I got a good relationship. Rod Perry also there. So I just been leaning on the coaches that have coached me that I respect a lot. You know, the 4 years I was at Baylor, Coach Browse and I've been talking. So I just been leaning on those guys that always pick their brains and see what if I'm doing things right or wrong. And
Okay.
Bubba McDowell is another good friend of mine who's I've been picking his brain also.
Okay, Bubba. We just had Bubba on what last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to my other guys. Y'all go ahead.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you this. You mentioned your time at Baylor. I'm here broadcasting from Waco, and I remember when you were at Baylor here, and you guys had some pretty stout defenses while you were here. When you talk about Phil Bennett influencing your defensive philosophy, he ran a very aggressive kind of attack style defense. Will your defense be similar to that, or will it be multiple? What will you guys be?
Well, you know that we have to be able to run a defense and offense and special teams that our players can do. We're going to be a player-friendly defense and a player-friendly offense and also special teams. You know, some of the stuff that we did at Baylor, we probably can't do it here because we don't have the guys who can do it. So we're just going to try to pick and choose what our guys can do best. If it's only one coverage, it's only one coverage. So we're just trying to pick and choose what our guys do best and play it like that.
Yeah. So, Coach, is it going? Can you at least say if it's an even front, odd front, or I mean, you've been in, Coach. You've been in 2 weeks now, or are you keeping it close to the best? Because Coach, now let me say this now. Labor Day Classic is an important game.
Let me tell you this: it's going to be a front that has been ran before in the league. So I can't tell you that. It's not going to be no one-man front and everyone else dropping. It's going to be a front. It's going to be a 4-3-3-4. A 5-man front that could run a bear front. We're going to have a variation of different fronts that we run. We don't want to be stale and just have one front or two fronts. We're going to have a variation of different fronts that we'll run and different coverages we run. But we can be very versatile. We got some very good athletes on the defensive side. They're interchangeable. So we can't, to be fair to them, we can't just run one front because all our guys are interchangeable.
Now, Coach, you mentioned Art Browse is one of your mentors as well. Will you be running any elements of the Art Browse offense at TSU?
Well, today's football is Art Browse offense. If you look at all the teams who do the fast-paced NASCAR, where they want to call it, that's part of the Art Browse offense. So we're going to fall in line with everybody else. We're going to do some of that too.
Well, Coach, you must be having close practices over there. Because I talked to my cameraman. He couldn't get it into place, man. What's going on? I got to tell him to use my name next time.
Well, he got to use his name. We may not know who he was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He may have been a scout from Prairie View or something.
It does happen, Coach. It does happen. Take it from me. They got some folk up in the tree now watching you.
Well, New England can do it. I guess everybody else said New England do it. Everybody else can do it. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, I also want to bring this to your attention. I was really trying to get some information about your roster and your current coaches. And it looks like the information on the website is a bit dated. It goes back to last year, and even the previous coaching staff, Coach McKinley and Coach March, are still listed as head coach and OC. So with that being said, we don't have as much current information as we probably should. But could you give us some information about the coaches you have on staff and also what you've done with your roster since you've taken over?
Well, our SID department have to have that changed. Then, plus they're good listeners. So I told them we really don't need it changed because is a coach that important where you have to change it like that year in year out. As long as you know you're the head coach and you're the offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, it doesn't matter what everyone else is knowing. As long as you know, the two coordinators I do have, they not only I can't call them we're our friends, but they're also great coaches. They're very they're technique-driven coaches. All the coaches we have on staff is very technique-driven. They believe in technique, hand-eye placement, where your eyes, where your hands, where your footwork. So every position is getting coached on the little things. Even from walking across the grass, don't walk across the grass, take the sidewalk. Even from in community service hours, we coaching them. We're around these guys almost 20, almost 18 hours a day, and we constantly teaching them about life.
That's it. That's a good philosophy.
Coach, you definitely keep it. No, I'm saying, Coach, you're definitely keeping it close to the vest today. And I understand that.
I don't have no vest on. I got a t-shirt on.
But that brings up another situation and circumstance that happened a few months ago, right? We pride ourselves, Coach, on being accurate and responsible with the information that we report. And here at the HBCU Coaches Corner, we not only had a contract, we had the date that a coach was going to be ratified by the board, and for whatever reason, that information didn't happen. And so, with that being the situation, can you explain to us, Coach, what went on? Were you a candidate the whole time, or were you in the mix the whole time, or did that situation materialize after the coach from Alcorn, the previous coach from Alcorn State, Fred McNair, contract was not ratified by the?
I have much respect for Coach McNair, so I can say this, that when you're God's choice, it's going to work out for you. And I felt like I was God's choice. No man can give you a job. Only God can give you something that you want. And I prayed about this job and got this job. So I probably wasn't man's choice, but I was God's choice. And that's all I need to be, God's choice.
Yeah. Coach, when you said you prayed on the job, were you always interested in this job?
I was interested in being a head coach. Yes, sir.
I've been just a head coach.
I've been a coordinator. I've been defensive back coach. I've coached at almost every level. I think I'm the only. My claim to fame is the only person to coach on all the FLs: the USFL, XFL, NFL, CFL. All the FLs I've coached in. So why not move up to be a head coach? I was poised to be the head coach. I was ready to be head coach. I had so many great mentors who have talked to me over the years of things to do and not to do. Even Larry Kursky, who was a receiver coach there at the Texans, he told me, he said, I think you're ready to be a head coach. Your next step is to be a head coach. So, and that was the next step, and that God put me here and to be the head coach of Texas University.
Well, Coach, I want to kind of change the subject because I want to talk about your football team. But I want to start with you. A lot of people know you for being a hard-nosed, ball-hawking cornerback with playing very aggressive defenses. How much of your playing style has now permeated into your coaching style? Or do you kind of say, you know what, I play one way, but I coach a different way?
No, I'm the same person. I'm the same person. I'm very competitive on the field. I want our guys to be very competitive on the field. That's why I haven't named no one as a starter, because I want them to compete all the way to the end. Because if you name a starter, everybody like, oh, I can start. I can take a deep breath. No, it's no deep breath over here.
Now, Coach, with that being said, a lot of people, I think, are not giving you as much credit as the talent you have. Your cupboard is really not bare. I'm sitting back. You got 5 players on the all-SWAC first and second team. You actually have the second team all-SWAC quarterback. And, Coach, I know this is your first time coaching, being a head coach in SWAC, but I'll tell you this, as somebody that's been watching SWAC for almost 50 years, if you got a quarterback, you got a chance. What are you looking for, Chase Wilson, to be a leader, and all your all-conference players? What are you looking for them to be leaders on your team?
Well, sir, you pointed right on them to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking Jace to be a quarterback. I'm not asking him to be a receiver or running back. I'm asking people to do their job. You have a job, you took the job, and then do your job. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for you to be a superhero, to be Batman or Superman or nothing like that. I'm asking you to be a football player. And as football players, we have a job to do and to do the job. If you're a quarterback, you can control the game. You get the ball from the center, you either throw the ball or hand the ball off. If receiver, you either catch the ball or you block. So I'm asking people to know their job and do their job. It's simple. Football is simple if you really look at it. I think coaches and people make it complicated by wanting guys to be something they're not.
Now, Coach, I'm going to follow up with one last thing since we're talking about players. I'm looking at your recruiting class, and it looks like you didn't go heavily in the portal. It looks like you said, you know what, let me get some freshmen that I can coach and train up. Why was your philosophy compared that you're in the city of Houston, Texas Southern, a lot of players that want to come back to the state of Texas. Why didn't you go portal help? Why did you go more looking at your recruiting class? Look like you got 11 freshmen that are coming in and 4 in the portal. Why was your philosophy on that?
Well, if I can keep Houston in Houston, and in the surrounding areas of Houston, in close by into to Texas Southern, then I can win a lot of football games. Houston is the make or bag of recruiting. Every single college in the United States come to Texas and recruit, and come into the Houston area, DFW, East Texas, is Texas period. So if I can keep the people in Texas close by into the Houston or the Houston area into Houston, I can have a real good football team. That's my philosophy: is keep Houston in Houston.
Well, Coach, one thing about the SWAC, they know about one kid called Body. Did you get a chance to? I see he ended up transferring. Did you get in there? I can't remember because I know you got in there late as the head coach. Did you have an opportunity to talk with the quarterback Body, or was it too late once you got there? Because now he's at Alabama State.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he's there, and best of luck to him. That was his decision to leave, and you can't stop a man from making a decision. He made a decision was best for him and his family, and he was able to leave and get up there with Eddie. So that's good for him.
Yeah. So you did have a chance to try to hold on to him, and but it just didn't.
He made a decision that's best for him, and I'm happy with the decision he made. We have quarterbacks here who can really play and is going to compete and win. And one of the quarterbacks is going to win a starting position, and we still have other quarterbacks here. So one person cannot stop no show, for sure. So Body decided to leave. That's on him. Goodbye.
Yeah. Let me say this too. Because I should have said this from the beginning. I'd be remiss to say that I've met your wife before. We was on a show together before. She's a beautiful woman. You got great support. You guys make a great team, and I had a pleasure of meeting her. So I want to just send a shout out to her to say hello.
Yeah, she's a Willow Ridge graduate, so she's proud of that. She's happy to be back home. So if home's happy, everything else is happy.
Well, good, because you always gone out there at that football field. So that's great support.
So Coach Dishman, let me ask you this, Coach, and I'm gonna be Coach Cole, I hope you're not offended when I say this, Coach. I hope you're not offended. Texas Southern has been a perennial losing program. To be perfectly honest, the only championship they've had in the last 50 years was actually head coached by one of the guys on this show today, which was Coach Cole. What did you see in this job? Because there are a lot of jobs in America, right? There are a lot of jobs in America. What did you see in this job that gave you the confidence that you could turn Texas Southern around and make them become a winner?
Well, it's where it's located. We're in the heart of Houston. And whenever time you're in the heart of when you're in the heart of the city, you take care of your heart first before you take care of everything else. Your heart will want to keep your blood flowing, keep you walking, keep you up in the morning. So if you can, that's why I believe that I have a chance here. I know I have a chance here because of the guys we're recruiting, the guys we're coming after, the guys who's on this team, and the coaching staff that I do have, the support staff I have, and our trainers, our equipment men and women. And the support of the student body and the support of our professors. So I have the support here to push in and want to win. So we're going to win, going to be surprised, and we're going to win a lot of games. And the good thing about me, I always save room. I save room on the back. Now, when you hop on, you can't hop on the front and you can't hop on the middle, but you can't hop on the back. There's going to be room for you on the back.
Whoa, so no bandwagons at all, Coach. So you locking them gates real quick on the bandwagons, right?
I got room for you in the back. You can't be hopping on in the middle of the train and thinking you're gonna ride, and you can't hop on the front thinking you're gonna run it. No, you gotta hop on the back for sure.
Coach, if somebody jumps up,
go ahead, Coach.
No, I was just gonna say, if somebody jumps on the bandwagon now, they'll be doing it by faith and by faith alone, because you ain't giving us much. You ain't giving us much right now as far as what the outcome to be. But let me say this, Coach. What is your expectations for this season?
Like everybody else, expectations in the SWAC, to win the SWAC, to go to Atlanta and win in Atlanta. That's my expectations. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to go 4-7, 3 or whatever. I'm not here for that. I'm here to win football games. I'm here to get these guys graduated. I'm here to make sure they go off and be better fathers, better husbands, better brothers, better uncles. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. I like the ideal, Coach, about the time that you spend with your players off the field. And I think that's very important. How does you join the two combinations of them spending time? I guess you got some programs or whatever. You want to talk about that, of what they do off the field?
We have a 24-hour community service rule that every guy on the team have to get, and it's not like a fake 24 hours and they go somewhere and write it down. We have people checking on them and making sure they're doing their 24-hour community service. Some of the guys got 80, some of them got 90, some of them is really taking the heave of it and done it. Every guy is going to go to class. You don't have to sit in the front, but you're going to be respectful. You're going to have your pants up. I don't like the sagging jeans or nothing, the tight, saggy jeans. We're having no tight, saggy jeans. Everybody's going to be in class and be a participant in class. You don't have to ask every question, but you do have to ask some questions of your professor. So therefore now the professor know that you are engaged into the class. We're allowing guys to be themselves. So we're going to be a team. We have 3 sets of colors: maroon, white, and black. And those are the colors we're going to wear. We're not going to wear the blues and the reds and the high yellows and nothing like that, because that's not our school color.
Okay, Coach. Okay. Well, I'm alumnus, Coach. You got the floor, as alum. And this is one of the things that you might not be aware of, but because we've turned over so many coaches in the last 10 years.
Right.
Tell me, I'm an alumnus, and of course you got alumnus watching us. Why should we come to the football games? As you know, our crowds have been very low. We get about 5,000 in the stadium, but 10,000 out in the parking lot. We get the big match for Prairie View, then the rest of the games are low. Tell me, why should I come back? Why should I help? What's going to make you different from the other coaches?
Well, you just answered that question. You just answered your own question by saying that you get 5,000 in the stadium and 10,000 out in the parking lot. Well, that 10,000 now has to come to the stadium. These guys need that. Those guys need that. When I was with the Oilers in '96, Bud Adams decided to move the team to Nashville. Well, we went from 50 to 70,000 people in the stands to 10,000 people. Don't you know that year we had a better road record than we did home record? All because it was fans in the stands. So when you hurt, when you don't come to the game, you hurt the players. You know what I'm saying? You hurt the players. So why will you come and stand out in the parking lot instead of coming into the game? Come into the game, cheer these guys on. They need your support. They need your support morally, mentally, and physically, and also spiritually. So they need your support. So therefore now they can get up. So as the Oilers, we had a better road record, all because there was people in the stands. These guys play for people in the stands.
Right. Well, I know living there in Houston, Texas, man, they love a winner, Coach. And look, we ain't gonna get to see what you do until the Labor Day Classic. So man, let's see what else we can think out. Coach.
You already know what you guys already know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna line up 11 on offense, 11 on defense, and 11 on special teams and go play the game.
Well, I know one thing. You got a hell of a linebacker there, Williams, the Williams kid, number 11. I went to school with his mama. He run for tackle. He covered from sideline to sideline. So I know you got. I think he was the player of the year this year, preseason player of the year.
I don't think so, but he made all.
He should have been.
Yeah, he should have been. Yes, sir. He should have been. He made all SWAC too. So, like I tell him, I congratulate all those guys for making an all SWAC team, first and second team. I'm very happy for them. It's a very accomplished, a very good accomplishment for them. But all because you made all SWAC don't mean you still start. So you got to compete for your job. Right. Competition is great. For 13 years, I competed for my job. For 13 years, I felt like my job was going to be taken by someone younger. So competition is great.
Hey, Coach, let me ask you a question. You were an all-pro cornerback. I see a lot of times when you see players like yourself at that high level, do you find yourself sometimes, I know you're the head coach, but going over there to the DBs and saying, hey, stop, let me show you the technique and things like that? Do you see yourself giving your DBs a lot of one-on-one, or even talking to some of your defensive players because you played at such a high level and you were all pro?
Well, I got a good defense coordinator, Billy Parker. He's a very good defense coordinator. He's very thorough, very conscious. He knows the game. Yes, I do go over sometimes. Billy accept that and understand that I'm DB by nature, so he understands that I am going to come over there. And he's very conscious and very knowledgeable of the football game, and understand and respect me enough to go ahead, Dish, do what you have to do. I'm telling them right.
Now, Coach Dishman, will you be calling the defense, or will your defense coordinators and offense coordinators be calling the play?
No, I have coordinators. I'm let them do their job. That's why I hired them. Like I told them, I wouldn't hire you guys if I'm gonna be doing the calling. Then I just hire myself. So, those guys are very capable of doing game planning and making the right calls and doing the right stuff.
Because your offensive coordinator, he actually coached on the professional level as well.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Steve Smith.
Yeah. Well, Coach, since you don't want to give us no pinpoints,
I done gave y'all everything.
Right.
I don't know what
all right, no, Coach.
I gave you everything. I gave you everything.
You got a master's degree in coach speak, Coach. You got a master's degree in coach speak.
At least, okay, Coach. Let's do it. 1 to 10. 10 being great, 5 being we need some work, of course, 0. What's our quarterback situation? 1 to 10.
Our quarterback situation is 8.
Okay, 8. Got that down?
Okay.
All right. Wide receiver group.
8.
Oh, running backs. We lost the good one, Coach. We
lost the good one, yeah.
Yeah,
I just
in the backfield.
I just saw him the other day over here. I wish he had more time to come on back over here, but he doesn't. No more eligibility.
We lost last year to Prairie View, Coach, and he was averaging 10 yards a carry, and we gave him the ball 2 times in the second half. And I damn near cried on the TV, Coach. We can't do that now. So running backs, what we got, Coach? 0 to 10.
8.
8. Okay. Hey.
And that O-line, Coach.
Where to start from?
O-line's a 9.
Wow.
Coach, I know you had a big senior group last year. A couple of them were senior. Okay, we take that. Are we gonna play with a tight end or not?
No, we made some. We made.
Okay.
I'm taking it back to 30 personnel. I'm taking it back to 32 personnel, 14, 13 personnel. We're gonna have multiple personnels.
All right, let's move to the defense. I thought number 0. I can't call his name. If we can find his name, Steve, last year, I thought he was offensive lineman. We had him playing defensive tackle. I think it's 3 technique. Where's our defensive line at 0 to 10?
Well, they're at 8.
Okay. That means we need some help.
No, you said the 8. You said 8 as the highest, right?
Yeah.
10 is the highest.
10 is the highest. Yeah, I give him an 8.
Okay. All right. And Coach, we know, Coach. We know this your first year up in there. We know. You're juggling. You find where the restroom at. You just found out where the restroom is at. Linebackers. I'm gonna say an A because of the Williams kid. But go ahead.
Well, I give it an 8 too. See, we great minds think alike.
Yeah, he can get it. He can get it.
Yeah.
Secondary, Ted Sutherland always been great in the secondary.
Yeah.
Always got them fast kids.
Our equipment manager is an 8. Our athletic trainers is an 8.
Well, Coach, let me ask you this. I like the fact
our support staff is a 9.
Let me ask you this, Coach. I hear a lot of 8s, but one thing about being an HBCU coach, you wear a lot of hats. You got a lot of your alumni watching this show. what could your alumni do to help you get to a 10? What are you looking for? What do you say, hey, alumni, if you can help me fundraise for the weight room or a training table, things like that, to help your alumni, to help you have that winning program that I know that you're going to push Texas Southern. Because I went to FAMU, and one of the things that we understood really quickly is that we had to come as alumni to support the coach and give you guys what you needed to be successful. So as you got your alumni, and I'm talking about a powerful alumni group, you're talking about doctors, lawyers, engineers, and things like that, pharmacy. So tell those alumni, what do they need to do to get you to that 10? just money, period, coach. Just money, period, coach.
Yeah, as you know, today's football has changed. Today's football is a business. In order to run a business, you have to have money. Yeah, so in order to run a business, you have to have money. You have to have money backing. You can't go NIL deal with no money in the NIL pot. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's talking about, we need to go get NIL deals. Well, how you go get NIL deals with no money in the pot? So we need that. We need that golden pot at the end of the rainbow. That's what we need. So the more money.
Chris, you know, from the Deion Sanders bringing in a pro guy and all the stuff that brings in, Deion brought in to Jackson State. Was that part of your or Texas Southern's pick to say we need to bring Cris Dishman in because he's a well-known Texan, a Houston Texan. He has some contacts. Are they looking for you to be that, as you say, that guy to bring money in, or at other campuses it's usually started at the athletic director's level?
That I can't ask Johnny. I don't know what they looked at. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was God's choice. I got the job. You know, it's only Deion Sanders. Only one Deion Sanders. God don't make it one Deion Sanders like that. You can't. There's no one can implement him. He's a very good individual. He was a hell of a player, and he's a hell of a coach. And that's why he's at Colorado right now, because Colorado saw something that others didn't see. And from Colorado, I can see him playing. I can see him coaching the NFL, even though he keeps saying he don't want to coach in the NFL. But an NFL team would be crazy not to hire a guy like that. He's very charismatic. So, he know how to deal with the players, and he know how to recruit. He know how to go and get funding.
Yeah. Now, were you aware, Chris, of the situation? How much were you aware of the situation that Texas Southern is in? You know, we have a weight room there that have been sitting almost 2 years. Were you aware of that? Is it now in functioning, or do you get a chance to use it?
I was aware of everything that was going on, you know, as far as when I was going through my interviews. You know, I was aware of that. This is a great opportunity for me to grow. It's a great opportunity for me to show my patience. You know, I'm not a very patient person, but here you have to be very patient. So God has put me here to do his work. And whatever way he called me, then that's the way I have to roll. I'm going to be very patient. I'm going to be very savvy. And also going to be, you know, what happens, happens. But I'm here, like I said before, I'm here to win football games and get guys graduated. You know, I'm not here for no other reason. I'm not here to, like I told the guys before, if we leave this earth and we're friends, then we're friends. But if I'm not your friend, that's on you. I'm not trying to be their friends. I'm trying to be their coach. And some of the best coaches, you gentlemen have played sports before. Go back and look at all the coaches that you have coached you and name me 3 of your best coaches. And they told you this: I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your coach. And that's why I told these guys, I'm here to be your coach, not your friend.
Well, what about that weight room, coach? Let me get to weight. Is the weight room functioning now? Is it up and running?
It's functioning. You know, it have lights on, and we haven't been in there yet, but that's okay. I never saw a building win a football game. Not one building, no matter how beautiful all the PWI's buildings, your Texas A&M, your Texas buildings, how beautiful those buildings and weight rooms are, they never win a football game.
That's right.
So I don't care if the weight room never open. I don't care if it's never get function. My job is to win football games. And like I told our guys and our coaches, we only can control what we can control. Don't go out and say, oh, well, you don't have. Don't be crying what we don't have. What we have, use it to its fullest until it breaks. and that's what we're doing as staff. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
good
We got a
philosophy,
very good
Coach.
staff here. No one's a whiner. Everybody's a grinder. We're going to grind to the end, and what happens, happens. You know, we can't control the weight room. We can't control the building we're in. Johnny, I think we're probably in the same building when you was coaching here. You know what I'm saying? So if you know this, you know, I'm probably
Chris.
sitting in your chair right now. Is this your
Hey,
chair?
hey,
Is this
hey,
your chair right
well,
there?
you know, I had some Italian leather up in there. Is that Italian
Oh, okay.
leather?
Well, what is that? Well, I don't know if that. Well, they must have got rid of the Italian then. What you got? So you
The
too high
president
class.
got your chair, Johnny.
Yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
know, yeah. Hey, Coach Chris,
You
when I left,
too high
they came
class,
up there
John.
clearing everything out.
Yeah.
They cleaned everything out. My leather couch, I had to jump up and down, man. You know, I had Kenny Burroughs and the jump up and down, man, in my pocket. I had brand new stuff up in there, Italian leather. But Coach, hey, man, that's tight, Coach. It's you know, believe me, I know a lot of things behind what you're doing. I love your philosophy, Coach. Man, I'm glad I got a chance. I wish I could have talked to you behind the besides out here in this open. Some things that I probably could share with you. But Coach, I'm happy. You got some, Coach Rocky?
Yeah, y'all got a question for him, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
You went to a PWI. You coached on the NFL level. The colleges that you coached at were PWIs, and you coached on the professional level. How surprised were you to get your first head coaching opportunity at an HBCU?
I was very excited. No matter if it was the HBCU, FCS, FBS, whatever the letters you want to call, I just wanted a head coaching job. So I know there's a lot of letters out there that you can call out, but I just wanted a head coaching job, and I was had this opportunity. I got choice here to get this opportunity to coach.
Yeah. You know, Coach, man, being an HBCU guy myself, and you're a PWI guy, like you say, they all letters and stuff. You know, you know, sometimes it kind of sets us back out, you know, because we choose to go to black colleges. And I'm pretty sure, I don't even know, did a black college, even HBCU college, recruited you out of high school?
No, they didn't.
You must have been one of them 5 stars.
Well, you know, like I tell my coaches, you never ask, you never get.
That's right.
So if we never offer, if we scared of 5 stars, we don't need to be coaching. So I'm not scared to go out. I'm not scared and go out and recruit anyone. I go out at 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, or 1 star. Yeah. But as you gentlemen know, it's not about the stars. It's how you're going to be developed. How can you develop that guy? You can get a 2-star guy and develop into a 5-star, or you can get a 5-star guy and you never develop and he becomes a 2-star. So it's all about developing these young men.
Right. But we got to get you some help, Coach. It sounds like we got to get you some help there. But as you say, I like your philosophy.
But Johnny,
you got to go with what you go.
You can send us a check here anytime you want to. You know what I'm saying? So we accept your check anytime you want to. Okay.
I got you, Coach. But it got to be reciprocal too, Coach. The other way around. But that's a whole nother subject, Coach. But because you know I'm out there and I'm behind the scenes, Coach. Let me say this, Coach. People give money to people, not buildings.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And it's about relationships. What you were talking about earlier, as far as with your players and things like that. You know, and being alumnus and being on all sides of that athletic program. I think we could do a better job, Chris. We could do a better job, and there's always room for improvement as well. So
yes, it is, and that's why I'm not a guy who's a know-it-all. I'm a very humble individual. I'm not a know-it-all individual. I'm always asking for help. Always asking for if I don't have the answer. I'm not ashamed to say I don't know. I tell the guys all the time, if I don't know an answer, I'm smart enough to go and get the answer. That I am. But if I don't know the answer, I'm not going to bullshit you and say I know the answer. I'm going to go get the answer and bring it back to you. Hey, such person said it's this way. You know, Coach Nichols, who's here, who's my right-hand man. I'm always going to him and asking him different questions. And I say, Coach Nichols said that we can do it this way, we can do it that way. So, and I'm saying it's a team. It's not a me and it's not an I. It's a team. As a staff, we work as a team. As a team, we work as a team.
I tell you, Coach, talking with Bubba McDowell, talking with Eddie Robinson, now talking to you. Now, y'all all played together in the same defense, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Man, I mean, that has to be a good feeling, you know. And I know you got to compete against them, but I know the camaraderie ship that y'all had during them days still stands today. How is that either helps your coaching ability, just the rah-rah of the Texans? Explain that to our fans.
Well, I could any day I could pick up the phone and call Bubba and talk to him about different stuff, how the day went. And Bubba can call and talk to me. I can go and call and talk to Eddie and talk to him how the day went. Now, we don't talk football. We don't talk scheme. We don't talk this. We talk specific stuff we talk about, and that's it. You know, we don't ask each other who's starting here, who's starting there. We don't. That's petty. We don't really
We're
matter.
talking to you today. I know you ain't giving up nothing.
That's very petty stuff. We talk life. We talk how to make me a better coach. What can I do? What do they do? What trials they went through? They can stop me from going through them.
Now, Coach, we got to end this on a happy note, because you said that you got to. Now, let's come on now, Coach. You are a competitor.
What you mean?
No. What I mean, but no, what I mean by you, we hit you with a lot of hard hitting questions. So, and we appreciate your answer. But I'm gonna ask you this, Coach. Now, your boy is gonna be across the field. Your boy Bubba McDowell, first game. Coach, how good would it feel to be Bubba that first game? Are you gonna trash talk with Coach if y'all get that W?
First of all, yes, when we beat Bubba the first game, and we're going to be very happy. Bubba already told me that it's not a rivalry. I keep calling it a rivalry. He said, Dish, you got to stop calling it a rivalry because it's not a rivalry. I said, why you say that? He said, because I've been kicking you guys' ass for the last 9 years, so it's not a rivalry.
Whoa!
See? There we go. That's what we need to hear. See, that's the swag right there, Coach.
Y'all hear that? Y'all better
that's the swag, Coach.
Yes, so it's not a rivalry, so I can't call it a rivalry. First of all, Bubba and I are great friends. He's like a brother to me. So I respect him dearly. So, but when he's on the other side of the field, I want to win, just like he want to win. So don't take our friendship and thinking, oh, we're gonna be soft on each other. No, ain't none of that. We both are competitors, and we both gonna try to win the game.
Well, Coach, let me clear the air, because we need to get Bubba back on. Because Coach, when I was in school, and of course, you know, Prairie View went through an 88-game losing streak.
Right.
That was when we stepped on campus, and I hope you instill this in your kid, or tell them that Johnny Cole said, we don't lose to Prairie View, ever. All right? That game is, they told me, because when I first came there, we used to play them at the end of the year. Both teams used to, of course, be in bad shape. But we used to whoop their tail, man. And now, man, Bubba we should have interviewed you first, so I could have got on Bubba's tail. But Coach, that's a real important game now.
Well, you know, I think my numbers is really good thing about numbers, Johnny, that it always add up. And you know, Alum told me this: as long as we beat Prairie View and lose all the rest of the games, I'll be okay. Well, I told him, I said, well, I don't think that makes sense. Because you beat Prairie View and lose all the rest of the game, it means you're 1-10 or 1-11. If we lose against Prairie View and win the rest of the games, that means you're 11-1. I'd rather be 11-1 than 1-11.
Right, Coach. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Yeah, they blowing smoke, Coach. As an alum, as HBCU alum, you on the right side of the equation. Get them W's, Coach. Get them W's.
So my mom and dad, my high school teachers at DeSales and my elementary school teachers at Christ the King taught me how to count math. So you want more numbers on your left than you want on your right. You know. So.
Well, let me say this, Coach. With that being your outlook in your first year at the helm at Texas Southern University, how many wins can the Texas Southern faithful look to have at the end of the season?
Well, let me say this: it's how we judging things is judging on graduation. How we judging things is judging on the APR, GPA, the APR and GPA. How we judging things on how well these guys are progressing. That's the outlook that I'm looking for. I can't count wins. I can't sit there and say we're going to go undefeated. Can't say we're going to go. We're not going to win a game. It's always and always will be a player's game. So the players will determine what our record is. The coaches can put you in the right position. We as coaches put them in the right position to make plays. Them as players have to make the plays when they're in that position. So I have a council, and I sit here and talk to my council, and I run stuff by them. We're gonna do this today. We're gonna do this today. Do you guys want to do this? And every class is represented, and everyone has a say so. You know what I'm saying? So everyone on the team has a say so of what they're gonna do or not do. Like I tell them, it always will be a player's game, no matter what. The players makes your philosophy. As a defensive coach, I used to go put my defense philosophy. We're gonna be physical. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna hold them to this point. And then I realized I was like, hold on, that's my philosophy. But I got to be able to instill my philosophy into 30-something other players. Why not listen to those 30 players and get their philosophy and instill it into me?
That's interesting, Coach. So you don't have any personal expectations of what your first year as a head coach will be like?
My expectation is those guys is getting those guys motivated, getting to win game 1, going off to win game 2 and winning game 3, then go to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So wherever those at the end of the day, what those numbers are, then that's my expectations. No, I don't put expectations on myself. You know, like that I can't control those. I only put expectations on me that I can control. Now, what I could put expectations on, knowing that today I'm gonna go home and get some rest, and God is willing to wake me up the next morning to come here and do this job again.
Right. Coach, I know you hadn't went through the season yet. As far as because you could get to the middle, and as you say, you could be about ready to compete for a championship, and maybe you slipped the first game against Prairie View and didn't win, and they can hunt you. I'm gonna ask you out front, and you'll see what I'm saying as you go through the season. Where do you think that we ought to be opening up with Prairie View A&M, who's actually on our side, and it's always gonna be an accountable game? Because if you lose that game, you now become 2 games behind. That means you gotta go undefeated, and plus you gotta beat the game that Prairie View won. You see what I'm saying, Coach?
Yes, I do. Yep, I do. But
I always hated that game. Well, because I was a part of coming up when both teams were bad, and we always played them at the end, so the game really didn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that Prairie View has become a contender, even though we fell off at Texas Southern, now it's the first game of the year. You don't even get a warm-up game. It's like out the chute with a counted game.
Right.
I don't know if you had time to look at it, think about it, but how do you feel about that?
Well, I've been looking at it for the last 3 months. When I got hired in January, I looked at it and understand what that game means. When you win it, you're up 2. When you lose it, you're down 2. That's part of football. So I understand what that game holds. But that game do not hold our season, first and foremost. Our season won't be determined on that game. Now our season will be if we win that game. When we win that game, our season will look up and everyone will be happy and everything like that. But we still have to play the next week.
Right.
We have to play the Rice. Then we have to go and play Lamar. So we got other games on our schedule that's going to be help us winning the SWAC. And we got to play Southern and then Jackson State playing. So we got different games in there we're going to be tested. And you always want to be tested. And no matter if it's the last game or the first game, it's all about winning that game, one game at a time, and just taking one game at a time. And don't get in the big head because you won one game, and don't get so down in the dumps because you lose one game.
Yeah, that game hunted me my second year when we lost to them. And then the next year, my third year, of course, it didn't matter because, like you just said, we kind of ran the table. So I just want to ask to see how, or is it maybe even discussions about, do you and your athletic director about maybe at least move it down some so you could get some. You coming out to shoot as a new coach. You got in there late. It's tough.
Well, I like it where it's at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an excuse maker. And like I said, I can control what we control. Buildings don't win football games. Players win football games. Coaches win football games. So I think we have the right coaching staff and we got the right players. We got the right mindset. Our strength coaches have been with these guys for over 6 months, grinding them, getting them ready for the coaches. For now that we can put the X and O's into them. You know, their bodies look good. Some of the guys has chiseled down in weight. Some of the guys has chiseled up in weight. So it's time to put the pedal to the metal with these guys and get them going, first and foremost. No matter if we play Prairie View in the first game or the fifth game or the last game, we have to play them. You know what I'm saying? It's a great rivalry. We want to play them. And no matter if we play them in the streets or we play them at Prairie View or we play them at NRG or we play them there at Shell Energy Stadium, we have to play them. You know what I'm saying? We're not running from them. We want to play them. I'm sure they're not running from us. So whatever game it is, we're going to play. And we're going to be in the games. We're going to be football, high IQ guys. That's what we have on our team. Guys with high football IQ who understand the situation, who understand situational football. Situational football can win you a lot of games if you understand what's going on.
I see you reach back out of your past and brought Alonzo Highsmith. You know, I worked under his dad, and also me and Alonzo was great friends. I really liked it. I enjoyed his speech, Coach. I thought that was great that the kids see, you know, the people that you can touch. You know, how much is that going to be a part of your program of bringing guys like that back? And if I could add on to it, there's some great Texas Southern football players that's doing great that maybe you could reach out to, or I can let you know that would love to come back and speak to the football players. Because like you said earlier, it's more than just football. We got a lot of great former players out there that's doing a lot of great things.
Well, anytime you can get a guy like Alonzo Highsmith who come out and talk to your players. Alonzo and I have hung around each other, been around each other for so long. When I was with the Oilers, you know, even when he went off and started. Alonzo Highsmith first got me into coaching. He didn't want to first stuck me into coaching. He told me to come over and just work some guys out. And then once I started working some guys out, I got the coach's bug, and I went on from there and started coaching. So my hat's off to him of getting me into this position because I couldn't see myself doing anything else but coaching. You know, I love the sport. I love coaching. I love being a positive role model to these young men. You know, some of my guys that I've coached in the past, we still in group chat with each other and talking. So it's fun. I'm loving it. And whatever happens, happens.
All right, Coach. All right, go ahead, Coach Rocky. You don't put the predictions up.
Hey, Coach. Hey. While Campbell and Coach Cole is blowing all that smoke, Coach Dish, I wanted you to know the truth. I want you to know the truth. I don't want it to be nothing. Well, no surprises. These are the predictions for the West.
I told you guys we have room on the back. I told you, all right? That's for y'all too, okay? That's for y'all too. We got room on the back. He can't come run, jump on the front or in the middle. You got to come on in the back of it.
Go, charge it to my head, not my heart. You know what I'm saying? I got all my Texas Southern stuff in the closet. Hey, Coach, I got to be honest, man. I'll put my stuff in the storage, man. I'm hoping that I can start bringing my stuff out. You know.
Well, I hope your prediction is wrong. Let me say that.
I hope so too, Coach. I hope so too.
Coach, you have to understand what we're going off of, Coach. Past performance is the most accurate predictor of future outcomes, and that's what we're going on. Now, I can honestly say I didn't factor you into this equation when I made the pick. I made the pick solely based on what I've seen in the past and what my expectations are. I want to let you know, Coach, I wish no ill will to you and your team. As a Texas guy, I hope you guys win the SWAC. You or Prairie View win the SWAC and go on and play in the Celebration Bowl. But the situation
Coach, you got to admit now, Coach. You got there late, Coach. You got there late. You got in there late, Coach.
We can't live on the excuse, and that's why I keep telling my players that we can't live on no excuses. Late, early, wherever I got here, I'm here. Wherever you got, you here. So you got to make the best of it and move on.
Hey, Coach, your predecessor was given 5 years to turn around the program, and unfortunately, to Coach Cole's heartbreak, he wasn't able to do it. Are you expecting to be given that same runway to change the program around? Have you been assured by the administration or anybody involved that you'll get that same kind of patience?
I don't need no assurance from man. I don't deal with men. I deal with God. And my assurance with God is where I ride at. You know what I'm saying? No man can do nothing for me or against me. Not at all. So my dealing and prayers are with God. What they give me is what they give me. I don't care about that. I'm not as patient as I'm trying to turn around in 1 year. I'm trying to win the SWAC in 1 year. I'm trying to go to the Celebration Bowl, and whoever come out the MEAC beat them. So that's my.
Say it again, Coach. I like that. Coach. See, that's what I want to hear, Coach. I want to hear some bravado. I want to hear. I wanted to interview the guy that would be on 3rd and 7 in front of that Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver, foaming at the mouth, jamming him, making sure he wouldn't get off the line of scrimmage all the way, whether it was Lewis Lips, no matter who it was, you was going to jam him all the way into the benches over there.
And then some.
See, Chris. See, they letting you know. Now we do our homework, Chris. We ain't just no pop-up podcast. We dig deep, man. We know all about you, Coach. I know you come up and throw that shoulder, man, and knock folks out. You know what I'm saying? So we know about you, Coach. I just, like you said, there's no excuses. You hear, you got a big season, and a lot of that prediction was on. Of course, you just got here. I have to admit, you lost Andrew Body, who we thought or think is one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and we're not down in Jason Wilson because he's been picked as number 2 preseason, and he went on to do some good things, and just all the past years. I mean, the last 5 years we won. How many games we won, Coach Campbell? 12?
11.
13?
11
games.
Well,
and then a couple of those was NAIA, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so those pickings went on a lot of things. It wasn't just out of the sky. Let's just throw Texas Southern in last place. We didn't do that.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting picked first or getting picked last doesn't really bother me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be picked last than being picked first. Now with the hunger you get, you can eat up all the teams in front of you.
Yeah,
absolutely, Coach. And hey, Coach, I appreciate you being a good sport with it. Some of these fan bases in the SWAC, they get real sensitive in preseason pick. And this is what I always say about preseason pick. For y'all guys, for you people out there that got mad at me and Coach about where your team picked. The great thing about this, Coach, and Coach Dishman, you kind of alluded to it. All those preseason picks and predictions don't even matter because guess what? It's going to be decided on the field.
On the field. You're absolutely right, sir.
Coach Dishman, I got a son. All right, I'm looking for HBCU to go with. Why should I let my son, or what you tell me, why should I let my kid come play for Cris Dishman? What would you say?
Well, there's a lot of things I can say. We're running a faith-based team. We got coaches of integrity. We got coaches who's very loyal to you, who will be very loyal to you. And we got great coaches who are going to teach you the little things about football. How to watch film, how to step, how your eyes going to be placed. What are you supposed to be looking for if it's offensive or defensively? So we have technique-driven coaches. And the better technique-driven you are, the better chance you got to go play on Sundays and Mondays. Because everybody want to go and play on Sundays and Mondays, but have you prepared to play on Sundays and Mondays?
Okay. All right, let's send our kids to Texas Southern University now. We don't want to have to pass up and go nowhere else. You know, I got this Florida A&M guy, Chris, and I got this PWI guy on my other side of him. You know.
Hey, Coach Dish say we not worried about giving them money. We gonna give them Jesus. That's what we gonna give them.
Hey, it is what it is. You know. Well, so we still ain't got what offense we gonna run and what defense we gonna run, but we gonna attack folks, huh, Coach?
But Coach, you got a lot of he can't duck Bubba.
Coach, I gotta say, you know, I talk to a lot of TSU people, Coach. We hot, Coach, because you keeping it tough. But Coach, you gotta buy that ticket to come see it, huh?
Well, yes, you gotta buy a ticket if you want to see it. You can't.
It's in Prairie View though.
When you can't sit out in the stands and talk about, man, we need to do this, we need to do that, and not buy a ticket. You gotta get a ticket to get in.
But Coach, you can keep it close to your vest all you want to. Bubba said last week you got to come see him.
That's it.
You got to come see him.
We be there.
Hey, Chris, we had some fans. They were hot. They were talking about, y'all don't even know who the quarterback is. When we come asking Bubba like, well, I don't know who the quarterback is. So boy, look, y'all been talking. Y'all got the Ryan boys, you know, but when they used to coach the Texans, you know, that y'all got that philosophy. We're gonna keep it underneath, and you gotta come see it.
Come to the games. That's why I tell you, because week 1 may look totally different than week 2. So therefore, you got to come to every single game to figure out who's starting.
Okay. Now, Coach, are you at the office when you come up the hill, come up the steps, and turn to the right? The office all the way back.
I'm sitting in your chair. I just don't have Italian leather like you. They gave me this chair. I don't have Italian leather like you, so I'm good with where I'm sitting.
That's the Johnny Cole Memorial Office you sitting in right now.
Hey man, y'all better call Mattress Mac or somebody. Hey, what up Texas Southern alumni? We get down your coach that Italian leather chair. He already said it.
No, I don't need that.
Let's get him a chair. Let's cut him a check at the same time.
No,
a chair to check.
Right now, you can give me a lawn chair. I'm good.
Hey, Coach, I gotta say this, guys. The Maroon and Gray Club they got an event in 11 days away. I need your support. I need you all to buy your tickets. If you can't come, please donate to the cause. You don't want to miss this epic fundraiser. Are you aware of this, Coach, by the Maroon and Gray Club?
Yeah, but 11 days away, man. I'm deep. I'm deep in Prairie View week.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it. It's an epic fundraiser event supporting great causes for nutrition for our student athletes. So it's the Tiger Renaissance Gala, presented by the Maroon and Gray Alumni Chapter. So I want to make sure I put that out there, and I'm gonna go ahead on and buy my ticket, even though I'm not gonna be able to make it. But man, that's great, Coach. Man, I feel our program is in good hands, Coach. Again, one day maybe we can sit down and chit chat, Coach. Because let's make it look clear, Coach. I'm the only one that ever done it, Coach, in 50 years, Coach. So I think you're on the right path, Coach.
Somehow. We have to change that somehow, because you can't be the only one. That's why you got the Italian leather. Maybe I need to get the Italian leather. That's why they gave it Italian leather, because you was the only one that done it. So when I do it, I can get out this lawn chair and get mine.
Yeah, Coach. I had one of them consoles where the TV came up out and up and down.
I don't have that.
But you're gonna get that, Coach. Texas. Coach, you played in Houston. One thing about Houston, Texas.
I think it's 27 or 25. I know it's a 14-inch. I'm on a 14-inch TV. That's all I got.
One thing about Houston, Texas, Coach, if you win in Houston, Texas, they gonna come out, Coach.
I agree with you on that. I got a 14-inch
Houston, Texas, love a winner.
That's all I need right there. My
Coach,
lawn chair and
Coach,
the 14-inch TV.
Coach, don't make me make some calls now. Get you some 45, 50 come up in there tomorrow now.
So, hey, go ahead and make it. Feel free. Feel free. Excuse me. I'm not gonna turn it down, but for now I'm enjoying my lawn chair and my 12-inch TV.
All right, Coach. Look, I'm gonna make a call tonight. I'm gonna see if we can't get you a bigger TV up in there, Coach.
Yeah, get a bigger TV.
That's real. We don't do that in Texas Southern. We got folk out there to do some real things, Coach. But man, look, I look forward to the season this year, Coach. And I appreciate you taking your time out today. Like, what is your schedule? Are y'all still doing two a day, one a day, two a day, or is it smooth?
You know, today's football has totally changed. These young men, you throw a 2-day practice on right now, you ain't gonna have no team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna quit, so you can't even throw no 2 days on right now. We practice in one practice in the morning, trying to beat the heat. You know, at this heat, get up on you fast. You know, so we're aware of the elements that we have to face, and we go out and practice, get our hours in, and come on off the field.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Anything, guys? Man, Cris, man, you gave us an hour and 11. So,
hour and 11. Okay.
Yeah.
But now you really got to make that call in and get my entire 11.
Yes, sir, Coach. Yes, sir. and you okay, Coach? I got you, Coach. Seriously, I got you.
Gentlemen,
anything, guys?
I appreciate you, gentlemen, for sure, and I will see you mid-season, and then see you again after season. We see where we at on things, okay? And then you guys have more information about who's starting.
Yeah, Coach, get a dolly, Coach, so we can jump on the back.
Okay. I'm telling you, all the back is the only room left because the middle is going to be filled up.
I got you, Coach. We good.
All right, gentlemen. Have a great one.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck the whole season.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
We'll probably bring you back on. All right, Coach. Guys.
Hey, Coach. Hey, this was your interview. This is the interview you wanted, Coach. You wanted this interview. You got it. You wanted your alma mater showcased and put on a pedestal. You're a legend at TSU. You played quarterback for him. You coached for him, and so you wanted your alma mater given the same platform as everybody else. So are you happy with it, Coach?
I'm pleased, Coach. I am. I'm very pleased. You know, at least he's got a strategy. At least he's got a way that he wants to do things. I think that's important. I think it's important not only just to build a player on the field, but as well as build a player off the field. I think that's very important at Texas Southern. He has a good coaching staff, some guys who have actually coached on a higher level in college. So it's going to be interesting. You know, I would put a lot of success and stuff
expectations
on this year, on expectations on this year. But guys, now I do say this: Vanderbilt, Duke, Yale, they get coaches every 4 years if you don't win. Those are academic schools. So let's not get it sidetracked. Even at Texas Southern University, Coach, you got to win football.
So what I'll ask you as an alumni coach, take your coaching hat off, take your football expert off. I want, as an alumni, from what you see, is football important to the people at TSU?
You know, Coach, man, that's a great quote. And I'm gonna try my best to give you the answer. We've always had great players, Coach. We've always had great players. For some reason, we always choose the wrong coach. You know, and to understand where we are. You know, you got to be able to go into Texas Southern University and take the program where it's at and move it to the next level. When Coach Campbell, when you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. And when guys have taken over this program, they come in a situation where they think everything is in place, and it's not in place. The university suffers and have suffered because we got people just coming through. Texas Southern is almost like, I don't know, see up in the north, we got what you call drive-throughs, drive-through stores. Y'all ever seen a drive-through store where you drive your car through and say, give me some of them chips, give me a 6-pack of that beer, and give me some of them Benjamin Hedges, and then you drive on out. Well, that's what we've been hiring in these places. We've always came from the outside. We've hired outside presidents, outside athletic directors, outside head football coaches, outside. And we don't hire people that's ready to roll your sleeves up, already know where the restroom at. We don't need a guy finding the restroom. We need people in Texas Southern that already know where it's at and already know where the problems that we deal with. That's a close friend of mine named Rudy Johnson, who played in my backfield, who's now a CEO of this corporation. He's making about $405,000. He's gave the school $2,500. They donated school and wanted to come back and talk with the school. Coach Campbell, with what you do at Florida A&M, if somebody at Florida A&M don't reach out to Coach Campbell, how does that make you feel?
Well, that's the thing, and that's the reason why. But here's the thing, Coach. It's two sides to it, right? You went to the school, and I'm not talking about you as in literal, but I'm talking about the alumni. You know what your school needs also. It is up for the alumni to stand up. Because if you want a championship program, and you know Texas Southern is in Houston, Texas Southern is in Texas, there are players there. So the question is, are you ready to make the commitment like they've done in basketball for over 60 years, okay? They've made the commitment in basketball. So the question I'm asking all the Texas Southern alumni, and I'm talking about, man, I got friends that went to Texas Southern, man, big, like you said, big time alum making big money. The question is, when are you going to say, you know what, we're going to invest in the program. We're going to go to the coach. You got a lot of coaches out there that play football, that are high school coaches all over the state, and say, let's start bringing these guys in. Let's start, Coach, to your point, let's bring the alumni players back. Let's get them that field.
You got to, Coach. You got to.
Because I'm going to say this, all HBCUs, a lot of, especially if you're at a Texas Southern level, that's why I asked Coach, which I'm going to tell you the thing that was interesting to me. Being that it is Texas Southern, I thought he would go heavy in the portal to really go with. And I was really shocked when he said, no, I want to get kids. We got all these high schools around Houston, and I want to build my program that way. Because to me, and again, I don't know anything. I want to be very clear. I'm never going to tell a coach, but it is Houston, Texas. So to me, it looks like that would be a great portal play to say, hey, you can come to Houston. All these beautiful women on this campus and everything, this great education. So I did find it interesting that he said, you know what, I'm going to build my program through high school players and things like that.
Man, I got it. I want to take 10 seconds out. Man, I'm sitting with my family here, and they eating. Mama don't came and took some. What she don't cooked over there? Well, all I hear is the plates just scraping. What they have to do? Well, yeah, look, say something for me. But I was bringing up that, Campbell, to say we haven't reached back out to Rudy Johnson. You see what I'm saying? He don't wrote a check, Coach. Here you go, AD, or here you go. And he played there. And we do that to our alumni so much, Campbell, because I'm saying that to you because you're a big. Here's what you do have at Florida A&M. Everybody loves a winner. Florida A&M ain't really never had no just down season every year. Y'all down in basketball, right? But that football program has always been a winner. And people love football. Well, in Texas Southern, our basketball team has always been a winner.
Absolutely.
Football has been a winner. So we don't at Texas Southern hire the right people. Not saying Cris Dishman is not the right person, but everything starts from the top. And we're in a Republican state. Everything starts from the top. And I've been around Texas Southern for 40 plus years, Coach. And we still doing the same old thing. Got our hand out. All right, well, what are you doing for the alumni? We live in that big city. We in that big city of Houston. We got to get out from the third ward and go out there and start bringing people in. And all we ever talk about is Mike Strahan. Mike Strahan. Do you understand, Coach? In 1998 and 99, I'm sorry, take that back. 88 and 89 and 1990, when Strahan was there, he was not our best player. We signed 22 guys in 2 years. 22 guys got NFL contracts. But that's the only person who we talk about. Well, what about them other 21 players that we can ask to come back and just to be around the program? So, and we speaking about Texas Southern.
Yeah,
Coach.
yeah.
Your
school.
My school, Coach. Texas Southern, my school. Kenny Burroughs. See, I talk about Kenny Burroughs, who we finished. Kenny Burroughs and Michael Holmes picked in the top round, Rocky, in the 70s, and then all the great players we had in the 80s and the great players we had in the 90s.
Now, Kenny Burroughs, now, Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. Kenny Burroughs was the wide receiver, correct?
Yes,
great wide receiver, right?
Double zero.
So, Coach, you got to hold on. You can't listen. We teach people here now, Coach. Now, you just can't just say Kenny Burroughs. You got to let the young folks know who that was. That was 00 for the Oilers. A great wide receiver.
Yeah, Willie Ellison. Willie Ellison rushed for 273 yards in one game. He held the NFL record for years. You know, we've had great players, man. Alberta White, Coach, broke the NCAA sack record. He had 11 sacks in one game. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Cole, I threw 6 touchdowns against Mississippi Valley and Jerry Rice them in one game, Coach. Not 1 year, 2 years. So it's just we at Texas Southern don't hire the right people. There's no way, Rocky and Mr. Campbell, that at Texas Southern University, being in the 4th largest city in America, that each school, business school, educational school, pharmacy school, that when those graduates come out, they should automatically have a job. So even on the academic side, we're not doing what we're supposed to do of getting out in the city, meeting the board chairman, meeting the Chamber of Commerce, meeting these CEOs, and making sure that our graduates from this university walk out of there and have jobs. We're not doing it.
Let me ask you this, and I'll ask Coach Campbell this because I don't want to put Coach Cole on the spot. How was surprised as an HBCU alumnus will you hear him to say he didn't hold coaching at a HBCU at some high esteem? He just wanted a head coaching job.
Well, listen, okay. I think what I try not to do is I don't know Coach Dishman. I think Coach Dishman's personality is one that he said, you know what? I'm here. I've worked my way up. I've coached it, and whatever opportunity came, I would be thankful for the opportunity. That's why he said I left it in the Lord's hands. So I look at more, and I understand that. Because a lot of people, like, I'll give you an example. Deion wasn't looking to coach at no HBCU. He wasn't.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't knocking on the doors for that. So I'm just being honest.
But you can go back to Deion's speech. He let people know at that speech, at that press conference, in that gym, the gravity of the position that he was taking.
But see, I think, here's the thing. I actually watched Coach Dishman's press conference, and I think he did talk about the pride of coaching Texas Southern. I think he spoke to that. I think here with this question that we were asking him, I think it was framed a little bit different. Because let me tell you what I like about what I heard from him. The one thing that he said, he didn't put his team down. He said, "We got 8s, Coach." He said, "We got 8s. We got an 8 here. We got an 8 there." So he's already instilling confidence in his team. So that's the thing. So I mean, for me, I like a guy because everybody rah and all this, because sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to say every coach has to be a certain way, because some coaches don't do anything. Phil Jackson wasn't no rah guy. He won 10 championships.
Well, the reason why I say that, and again, I'm talking to you, Mr. Campbell, because I don't want to put Coach Cole on the spot, is that don't. HBCUs are special places. And you have to, in my opinion, you have to recognize that when you take the positions, when you get at the helm, and when you do the work of HBCUs, they are different. They are special. They do require a person with a certain temperament to be successful. You can't, how can I say it?
Can I piggyback off? Rocky?
Yeah, go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
You thinking. And Rocky, you dead on. It's you taking a job because you want to be there, not because I need a job. And that's where we mess up at Texas Southern. Stop hiring people that just looking for a job. We need to hire people that want to be there. I got some skin in the game. I'm invested in African American students. I not that I just there's a job over there. Let me go for that and get it. And please don't take it. I'm talking towards Coach Dishman because this is my first time ever even talking to him. But that's the kind of people that we need at these schools that want to be there. You know what I mean? That want to make things happen at these places. And if you don't hire those type of people, they just running through, Coach. Look. Coach is the 18th coach. He the 18th coach, and we started playing football back in 1947 or 1950, I think. So do the math. I'll do the math. Somebody can do the math. So we're the 18th football coach. That's a lot of coaches coaching.
Coach, and I'll just say this. I'm not, this gentleman was speaking to my comment about Deion, right? He say, then he left. Coach Deion, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders got an offer that was for $5 million. Official AD, you'll leave your job for $5 million too, okay? So let's not cap. Let's not cap official AD. If somebody offer you $5 million wherever you AD at, you leaving too for $5 million. So let's not blame Deion for leaving, man. He got the opportunity of a lifetime. And Coach Cole said this. Coach Cole said this over the phone with me. He never said this on the air, but he said this. He says, Rob, with all the Deion said or whatever, I'm disappointed he's leaving. But he owed it to his family to take that money and go coach in Colorado. He said, for you can forget the HBCU stuff and all that. He owed it to his family to take that opportunity and try to transform his situation.
And that's what this coaching situation is about. Nobody's here to stay if you could do something better for your family. You owe them that. Deion had no ties to black college, HBCU. He didn't go to none. None of his kids went to none. He had no ties. He had no reason. Yeah, he sold everybody some tickets. That's Deion Sanders. You know, he said God sent him here. He said whatever he needed to say to get what he got. You know what I mean? If you believed all that and you fell into that bag, then so what? But I'm saying that we need to be able to hire people, go out and hire people, they out there, who wants to be on the HBCU level. You know what I mean? And if not, we need to stop hiring people that just passing through. And hell, I'll take a step. We just hired a president right now. Never been on the HBCU level. Never really been at a big school. And he's got a Navy background. And we hired him to come, and he's out in the East Coast, and we have hired him to be our president. When we got another guy that actually went to school when I went to school, that travels all over the world, named Byron, and we don't even get an interview, guys. He's an Omega. He was over our faculty when he was there, and he doesn't even get an interview for the presidency job. He has a doctor's degree. And he don't even get an interview. And this has happened over and over at Texas Southern University. And that's why we can't ever put our claws in the ground.
Well, Coach, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Well, here's the thing. FAMU people get a lot of flack for being loud. But see, one thing about being loud, you get heard. So what I'll say to you guys is the same thing that FAMU people have told everybody in this way. You might not like how we do it, but you hear how we do it. We're going to let you know how we feel. And because we do that, at least it's on us. Like I say, put it on me, baby. When we said we want this certain coach, and I'm going to tell you something, when that president situation comes up, they're going to get loud about that. Now, we might not be able to control as much as the coach situation, but that's the thing about it. I'm going to say this again. You're talking about Texas Southern, who has one of the premier law schools for black people, okay? We're talking about where we got black judges.
Thurgood Marshall Law School.
So my thing is not the alumni and the talent of the alumni. It's about the effort that the alumni choose. And I'm saying, because we're watching this show, HBCU Coaches Corner with Johnny Cole, we got a bunch of things. So now I'm going to set the challenge like I'm going to do to all these alumni base. I want all these schools to be great. The only way they're going to be great is if the alumni say, I want my school to be great. Because the one thing I will say about Deion, and I'm going to give Deion credit, he made everybody step their game up. Jack State came out with their nice suits. Now everybody came out with their nice suits. Jack State started getting the training table. Everybody started doing that. So it's all.
He won.
Well, Coach, but let me tell you something. But let me tell you something about winning. Everybody doesn't have a quick fix like this, but you have to lay the groundwork like you're talking about to win. Lay the groundwork is support. The way you win is support. Okay. So my thing is, if you support the program, doing like you say, hey, we got the maroon and gray. Give that money up. Help out. What did Coach Oliver say? Hey, Mr. Campbell, you can send that money right here. Because in the end, that's what you got to do, Coach.
Well, I want to respond to this comment.
Real quick, about Cris Dishman.
He
got the chance.
He got a chance. He the only one got a chance.
He got a chance.
Nobody else.
Well, it don't matter what we say. He got the chance.
Well, I think
we brought him on this show to support him.
But I think what people and again, I'm not saying that we're doing, but I'm going to take the side, for the lack of a better term, on the defense side of the coach. And I think sometimes what we want somebody to be does not have to be like that to be successful. And that's my thing. Is that I heard, because let me tell you something. I think this coach, and again, I'm a Cris, like I say, I think people have to understand. Those Oilers had Warren Moon. That was one of Black America's team. Everybody black loved the Oilers, okay? So Dishman, all those guys, anybody that watched football in that era knew that Houston Oilers team, okay, because of Warren Moon. So we knew Dishman. We knew Bub McDowell. We knew all those guys. The running back from Michigan State and stuff like that. We knew those guys, those wide receivers. Lorenzo White. So we knew that team. So my point of it is, I think this guy kind of plays the way he was a silent assassin, man. Cris Dishman got in your grill. Like you said, Coach, he got in your grill and you didn't get away from that dude. So I think he kind of has that quiet confidence to say, hey, listen, man, I'm not Deion. I'm not this guy. I'm me. And I'm talking to my players, and I'm going to build my players through faith, hard work, and being successful, being a man. And like I say, and that's what we're going to see. Like I say, now Texas Southern, and let's be honest, it's a tough job. It is a tough job. It is not an easy job. Again, it's not Southern. It's not Jack State. It's not Grambling. It's not FAMU, where you know what? You can just kind of add water. If you get the right guy, then all of a sudden you can win 9 or 10 games quick. This is a building block job. And what I want to see from Coach, because that's what I want to see from him, with his recruiting philosophy, is he going to get the players that he wants to get in? Now, he's going to freshman route, which was a great question about the 5-year program. Because if you go to freshman route, that's 3 years right there you're going to need to get those guys to be juniors. That's what you're going to need. So just to get those guys in there. So we'll have to see on that. So like I said, I think I'm going to lean more on the side. I like quiet assassins. So I'm going to lean on that side.
Hey, Coach, I know we need to get you to your plate, but I wanted to respond to this comment right here. And see, Rocky, he talking about the owner that stopped the AD from hiring Gibbs. Let's get this straight. Nobody stopped the AD from hiring Gibbs other than the fact if she had submitted that contract to the board of trustees, they wouldn't have approved it. So that's what happened. That's what happened on that. And once she realized that the person she had was going to ratify wasn't going to get approved by the board, then she didn't submit the contract because they had. Correct me if I'm wrong. They had a meeting to ratify that contract, right?
You talking about Gibbs?
Yes.
No, they never got to that part. They never got to that part where they was going to ratify.
So when the meeting was announced, a special meeting to announce to hire the FAMU head coach, it wasn't to hire the FAMU head.
Did you hear Sean Gibbs' name mentioned? No, you didn't.
I
We will answer all that when we get Sean.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all answer that because, like I say, I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Like you said, Coach, I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Because I know what happened.
All right. Hey, we're gonna have Sean Gibbs on Wednesday, and we also gonna have the Jackson State faithful. We're glad to hear this. We're also gonna have TC Taylor on Wednesday as well. We're gonna have a doubleheader the next 2 days. Tomorrow we'll have Coach Keaton and Coach Brown, and then on we'll head back to the SWAC and have FAMU's head coach Sean Gibbs and Jackson State's head coach TC Taylor.
Yeah. That's right. So we can so all you folks over at Jackson State mass meeting, y'all can come watch your coach. I know you've seen them a couple times. We're gonna ask them some different questions. We're not gonna ask them no mass meeting questions that y'all ask over there. My nephew's over there 1400. Then y'all can go over there to 1400 and watch that. But yeah, come on over here. My folks, my Lynn Street, my Jackson folks, because you don't have to ask them hard hitting them Jackson questions. Gotta ask him that.
Hey, Coach Cole, we've been asked to get Maynard. If you could, Coach. And we know you're trying to get to that plate, so we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
We're gonna wrap this up.
But
man.
hey, Rocky, let me say one thing. My man EA, that's my brother right there. Always, man. I am working on Cozy. Trust me, I am working on it. We trying to get it scheduled together. So I already got the phone call in. I think we're close. So like I said, we're gonna be trying to make that now. You know, we got to get Cozy on.
Man, give me that number. I'm gonna call Cozy. I know Cozy. Give me that number, Cole. I'm calling him personally.
All right, Coach. I'll get that for you.
Yeah. So we could get him on. We gotta get Florida in.
Coach,
Oh man, listen.
Coach, see, can you unfreeze before you take us out of here, Coach? Because when you tie a knot at the end of the rope, Coach, you gotta tell them to hold on tight, Coach. They gotta see you. They gotta look in your eyes, Coach.
I think I'm gonna jump in there. Can you bring me in, Coach?
Hold on. Let me.
That coach looked like he was looking up at that play, wasn't he?
You froze up now, Coach.
You froze looking up at that play, Coach.
I Coach, I had to say something about it, man. My folks was here, and I had to say something about it. But hey, Coach, I'm frozen. I can't be. I'm still frozen.
Yo, hey, can you leave and come back? Maybe that'll get you back.
Yeah, let me ask y'all something though. Let me ask you something. Unless you gotta go, Rocky.
No. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
When I said about Andrew Body, I thought I was gonna get a different response, but I really didn't. He was really short to the point.
You know, Coach Dishman is not crying over no spilled milk. You know as well as anybody the challenges that exist at TSU. You know a lot more than you even say on this show, right?
Right.
But the one thing I admire about Coach Dishman is he's not crying over spilled milk. He's not worrying about who's not there. He's not going to use the excuses, the circumstances for which he was hired as an excuse. It looked like he's a no-nonsense guy, and he's going to work. He's going to grind with the circumstances, the situation that exists, and at least hope for the best. That's what it seems like to me, Coach.
I like his answer. I'm gonna coach the players that's at Texas Southern. That's what he said. He's the coach for Texas Southern. I'm gonna coach the player that's there, and I think that's pretty much it. And again, you know, people move on. You know, and so I think he didn't want to belabor the point. You know, I think he said, hey, he moved on, and we moved on. Let's keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he came short of saying. I think Coach asked him, did he make a plea to Andrew Body, and he didn't answer the question.
Well, I'm saying, but I think situations, I think when the coach looked at, and again, I'm not speaking on anything. This is just my opinion. I think sometimes you look at a situation and say, you know what, this kid looks like he wants to move on. You know what I mean? He looks like he wants to start fresh, and I think that had a lot to do with it. You know, he probably knew, and he said, "Okay, I understand."
Yeah.
And he got, like I say, he got a second team all-SWAC quarterback. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, Coach Cole, I'm sure he's going to be back. He dropped out for a moment.
Yeah.
But you know, I understand what you're saying, Campbell, about being optimistic and not using certain situation as an excuse. But I always go back to this. How would things ever get addressed if you don't speak out loud about it? And I'm not saying use them as an excuse, but I think you should speak about them on some level so that they can get addressed. Just like the situation of the weight room. He tried to clean that up as much as possible, but there's accountability aspect of it. Of if you have a facility, taxpayers. I'm from the state of Texas, brother, and some of my tax money was used to build that stadium, build that weight room. It's been built for 3 years and nobody's using it. What are you doing with my money?
Well, then I guess and I'm ignorant to this situation. Well, why isn't it open? Let me just ask a simple question.
Well, now I heard it has to do with some building codes.
Well, the coach can't control that. How the coach going to control that?
I think they forgot to put water in it. I think it had an electrical problem. But
why couldn't he be transparent about it though?
Right. Well, maybe he didn't know. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it's been closed down even years before he was even chose as the coach.
Well, Rocky, okay, let me ask you a question. Hold on. No. I know you're trying to. I got to ask Rocky this. What would you have wanted him to say? What would you have wanted him to say?
Due to the ineptitude of our engineering staff and facilities.
Oh, see, you can see see, Coach. This is what I love about the PWI guy, right? He quick to throw people under the bus, but he don't understand that man got to go to work there the next day. See, that ain't how that work, bro. That ain't how that work. And I'm glad man. Listen, you got to go. Listen, physical plant people, the people in the mid that cut them checks, you got to go to work with them folks, man.
And
so you're gonna need Go ahead. You're gonna need them. No, go ahead, Coach. I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. When I asked the question about how much do you need to fundraise, or was that even discussed in your interview about as a head coach, or does that fall on the athletic director?
Now, okay. Now I'm gonna raise my hand on this. I always try to give these coaches that outlet to say, "Hey, I need some money," right?
Right.
Because I know you need money. Okay, this ain't no secret, and you can say it in a part. That's why I say, "Hey, coach, you're trying to build things. What are you trying to get? You know what I'm saying? The weight room, the training table. What do you think you need? You know what I mean?" Coach always said the same thing, and many other coaches have said that. Now that was the interesting thing. He was just like, just give me money. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to have a focused mission on your fundraising. Sometimes you have to tell people, I actually need this, because if I get this, that's going to help me do that. Because we know you need money. We do know you need money.
So, Mr. Campbell, let me ask you this. What about the people who gave to the weight room?
But here's the thing. First of all, Coach Dishman, they gave the money to the weight room 3 years ago to get the weight room up. So he wasn't even there, right? So this goes back to the alums. Why the alums not on the AD and the president say, "Hey, man, we gave you money for this weight room that we want our players to get bigger, faster, stronger, and it's not open." Because Coach Dishman, as he said, and Coach Cole just said, he just got there. He don't even know where the bathroom is at. So why would it be on him? Now here's the thing. If and I'm not saying he didn't do this, because I want to be clear on that. I don't want to speak, because I don't want to speak out of turn. But I'm pretty sure that he probably, if I'm him, I'm going to say, "Hey, listen, what's the deal with this weight room? Now, you've hired me to do a job. I can't do it without this weight room being functional. Who do we need to get at the table to get this moving forward?" Now, that's the way you do that, Rocky. You put in a pot of matter. Let's get everybody in the room to say, who's accountable for this? I'm going to do my part. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Well, Coach, we've been working on this. Okay, let's get them because when you are the football coach, you can get different people at the table. You can make phone calls to people. So that's my thing to that answer.
Hey, and I want to thank this guy right here, man. This guy has been I don't know this guy. I don't know if you know him, Mr. Campbell, but it's Swag Fan 100. He's been very generous to the channel, man. He's given several super chats over the past 6 months.
That's a good brother right there. That's a good brother right there. That brother watches all the shows, represents. So, man, this is what we need. This is part of this community. He's part of the community. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna watch every show. He's gonna he's gonna stand on his business. He's gonna stand on his business. So there you go. That's what we need. That's my guy right there.
And this is what I was gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say to anybody. True support is what you do with your pocketbook. Pat on the back, high five, all that's good. But what you do with your pocketbook is true support. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, so I appreciate any type of support he gives us. And speaking to people, to your point about people supporting their schools, you have to support your schools by donating and investing in there. Now, the schools have to be accountable to their donors, absolutely. But I think you can't remove the fact that true support looks like giving to causes that you believe in.
Here's the thing. Let's talk what's on his face, and let's talk about Texas Southern. You've had, like I said, I've been dealing with school for 40 years, right? In 40 years, you got 3 or 4 winning seasons. Well, let's say 5 winning seasons. I think it's 5 winning seasons in 40 years. So what happens is you get a new coach in. He gets this following. All right? He doesn't do right in his 5 years. Well, the people who was there supporting him and giving money wants him to stay there, bring a new AD in, he fired. Now those people gone. This new guy come in with a new set. All right? This is on his face. He gets there 3 years and don't win games. They get a new AD in, fired. Now his people, they gone. Now the next coach come in. He loses in 5 years. All right. Oh, don't get rid of him. Don't get rid of him. And then he's gone. Okay. So this has been a trend. Then Bill Thomas come in there for 10 years. And in 10 years, guys, I want to say he had 3 winning seasons in 10 years. All right. Then now his fan base, oh, well, he needs to stay. Then they gone. All right. Then he's gone. Then another coach, Steve Wilson, comes in. He goes 4-40. Okay, 4-40. All right. Then the people who was cheering for him, like, oh, well, he don't have enough. We need to give him money. So then now his group is gone. Now here comes Johnny Cole coming in. Now Johnny Cole win the championship. Alumnus, everything. But here's the problem. You got an athletic director from another arch rival school. Who does that? Who gets rid of the alumnus in 50 years win their own championship, have some couple violations, and then you destroy that? So Campbell and Rocky, do you understand that when this guy made that decision to terminate me, that set the school back 20 years or more? Agree or don't agree? So who wants to give? So what I'm saying now is, who wants to give money to an organization that does those things? Y'all got the floor.
No, well, let me make. Okay, go ahead, Steve. So, and Coach, you're gonna understand this. Think about the Billy Joe era, then at the start of Willie Simmons era. We were in the wastelands.
Right.
We had more ADs than Future got baby mamas. Okay, that's how many ADs we was rolling, and we were going 1-10, 4 and this. I think we had 1 winning season somewhere in between there a couple of times.
Before Billy Joe.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about after Billy Joe left. You get to Willie.
What happened now? Make sure you tell the story.
No, I understand that. Yeah, because we tried to go
winning.
Right, but we tried to go D1.
Not go Division 1A.
Right, but Coach, but what I'm saying, I got that. But what I'm saying is, I'm going to your point. Things happen, right? And then you have to find the right guy to set the ship. So it took us a lot, because again, we did that. We came right on back and got into MEAC and still wasn't winning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was still Florida A&M University.
After you got rid of Billy Joe.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We were in the wasteland. Same thing. Jack State got rid of Comedy. That made no sense. The man was winning conference championships. Jack State went in the wasteland for 10 years until Dion got there. And Ashley Rock.
4 SWAC championships.
Thank you. And look, that's what I'm saying. We've seen schools do thing. We go up, they fire Common G's. That's what I'm saying. I've seen this before.
Can I just put one in there and I'm gonna let you finish, Coach?
Yep.
Florida A&M, perennial winner. Jackson State, perennial winner. Texas Southern, perennial loser. But go ahead. We couldn't afford that. We couldn't afford that. Florida A&M and Jackson State could afford to have a down year. But go ahead.
Yeah, but Coach, that was a down decade. That's what I'm saying. That thing starts building. That's what I'm saying. Even with those blue bloods, it turned into a decade.
Right.
Because they trended both the same way. So all I'm saying is, Coach, wait a minute. Just one thing. I just think with your situation, and I think what I would like to see Texas Southern is, I think the best thing what anybody should do is like you said, how did you do it? I have yet to hear you say somebody picked up the phone and say, how did you do it?
Nobody. Matter of fact, they even trying to push me out the athletic program to be frank. And this is my goddamn show. To be frank, Texas Southern, my alumni, and my administration over there in the athletic department is trying to push me out and away from calling me. I think I should be one of the first people to call. Hell, I should be calling before Strahan to say, how did you do it and how can we do it? But we don't do that. So do you want to give money to that, Rocky?
No.
If you was a Texas Southern alumnus?
But Steve, you have to understand that goes back to the original question I asked earlier. Is football important to TSU? We know where, okay. Let me just put it like this. Where TSU lies, if they take priority in football, they can create something that resonates throughout the entire state of Texas, considering how important football is, right? But they have to make the investment first.
Period. I agree. Texas Southern, listen, man, Texas Southern, I'm going to say this again. It's a good school. It's got some fine women. It's in Houston, Texas. That's how you recruit, bro. Okay, let me tell you something. Bobby Bowden famously told the story was that, you know what? I'd get a guy to come to Florida State because his girlfriend went to Florida A&M. He said that. He didn't hide from that. He used FAMU as a recruiting tool. That's why they had #1 recruiting class after #1 recruiting class that Coach Cody was part of. Okay, so you have to lean into where your strengths are, and that's the thing that I don't hear other than the Coach Cole era. And what was the coach? Well, who was the coach when Strahan was there? Coach
Highsmith.
Coach Highsmith. In that era, a little bit, where they don't lean into their strengths. That's the thing, Rocky. You got to lean into your strength, and that's the thing that I don't hear.
I always say this too about Texas. So we in the city. You can't bring country folks into the city and expect that, and nothing against country folk, because Alcorn, places where your school is way out there, it matters. But Texas Southern sits in the 4th largest city in the country. You got to have a guy that knows style, that swag of being able to get out and sell the university.
What you
Not
talking
only
about?
just from the coaching standpoint, but from the administrative standpoint.
You're talking about relating to the people of Houston is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And building a relationship and talk to them and market and advertise in a way that they understand and can appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
had President Slade. Back in the mid 2000s. It was a woman.
Who came from Florida A&M University Business School.
Coach, she was probably about 5'10", 5'9".
She was bad too, Coach. And she's from Yazoo City, Mississippi.
Yeah, good looking woman. Loved the city. Was out in the city, out in the community. She had a $50 million program that she wanted to raise for the endowment. She had the Bushes behind her, and all of a sudden we found a way to destroy her. And not only did we destroy her, we destroyed the school, and it's on and on, man. And it happens a whole bunch of these black schools, man. It does. It happens. These, I took a step back and see that all these black schools are from and sitting in these Republican states, man. And we just got to start thinking outside the box, man. You know, it's a new time, it's a new era, and we just got to think outside the box and stop being so closed-minded on how to get out and touch these alumni and to be able to give money to these schools.
I agree, Coach. And one thing I want to say this, as a guy who, again, just started following, HBCU football 5 years ago, the people, the culture is absolutely amazing and phenomenal. And if you market it to non-HBCU alumni, you guys have something that would explode and expand, and Deion would just be the tip of the spear of what it could be to the black community as a whole, right?
Just think of this guy. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Coach.
No, I'm just saying, we're saying all that, right? You have to be prepared for the big show. You have to be prepared for the attention and the spotlight that's going to be drawn to you. And my question is, I'm not sure if HBCUs as a whole is ready to have that spotlight put on.
Let me say this, and what we got about 4 minutes left. It's a guy named Byron Allen who owns HBCU Go. Here's a guy's a billionaire, guys. He's a billionaire. So when the question, Rocky, you ask, is sports important? It's important to him. But like you say, Rocky, you are right. Are we making athletics important at these black schools? And if we are, stop talking the talk and put monies in these athletic programs. Because Byron Allen he's a billionaire, Coach. And if it's a billionaire, if he's finding time and want to take his money and says, you know what, Rocky, you're right. It's special. HBCU sports is special. It's different. It sets its own market. It's us for us. And we got to take it, but we got to put the right people in place. And he just got a contract with Fox of Chicago, with Fox of LA, that he's smart enough to know as a billionaire that now I need to move this market towards the West because they don't see black college football, black college athletics. So hopefully, man, I'm glad that his team has picked me to be a part of that. And you know, guys, y'all know me. Each one teach one, each one bring one. So I'm big on that. So I just want to make sure I got that out.
Hey, Coach, that's beautiful. And I wanted to respond to this comment right here. I disagree. Again, black folks value black things. Again, you say that on one hand, and a marketing genius like primetime Deion Sanders created an empire using a marketing and a strategy that was all black. He didn't have no white people involved in the marketing and selling it to black people, and we gobbled it up like hogs eating slop. We couldn't get enough of Jackson State.
But that's unfair though, because that's Deion Sanders.
Okay, you keep saying that. He's the only one that tried it.
Well, you keep saying, well, first of all, only one tried it. How many Deion Sanders can you name? I'll wait.
No. I agree with what you're saying. Has anybody tried to replicate the digital footprint of Jackson State since Deion left?
But I'm going to say this again. When you're bringing 1 million people just because you're Deion Sanders, listen, man, as somebody who has to sell it, listen, man, and Rock, you know this, that it is hard to grow your online business. I'm, as somebody who has to do that every day, I'm looking at numbers and trying, and matter of fact, it's back to school, and we're trying to communicate and do deals with people. I'm telling you, it is very easy when you come with the cash in your pocket. And Deion came with the cash of the social media. You guys said Deion was social media famous before he got to Jackson State.
Can I say this, guys, us three? You got Mr. Campbell that backs put his money where he's from. you got you, Rocky, as a business person that's on the outside looking in and saying, do we value black college? And you got me on the inside saying, Mr. Campbell, you're right. We need to give. Rocky, you're right. We don't do what we're supposed to do. We don't put the right people in places. So it's a vicious cycle.
Absolutely.
It's a vicious cycle. It is.
And
what makes Florida A&M and Jackson State good is because they've been perennial winners, but let them start losing. Mr. Campbell, you're going to be the only one out there with your Bible and some bean cakes telling me I'm raising money for Florida.
Well, let me tell you what happens with this, and we laughed about this, and Jackson State people understand this too. When you lose it, then you become the band school again. So people come to watch the band. This is the first time in these 3 years, and EA can tell this because he knows this. And this was the first time that the Marching 100 was not the first thing coming out of people's mouths. These last 3 years, it was the football team. The football team is the one that drives everything. When I grew up, and Coach, when you played against Jackson State, now the Sonic Boom has always been the Sonic Boom, but it was the football team that people came to watch and enjoyed the habit. Oh, listen, and we can keep going. Name after name, Jimmy Smith. They got Darren Conner over there on the channel with those boys. I could go on, and Lewis Tillman, all these guys. I'm talking about football. We came to watch football. We came to watch Jackson State play against Michael Strahan. Jackson State play against Jerry Rice. Jackson State play against Aeneas Williams. So that's what I'm saying. When you don't have that, then you turn into, oh, well, let's just go ahead and watch the band. So football fans like the football team. And the football team drives it.
Come to the Prairie View, Texas Southern game, right? It's going to be 19,000 people there. After halftime, it might be 5.
It's played in Prairie View, so I don't know how many people going to show up this time because it's not.
It might be. Yeah.
But one thing.
We all are right, but we got to get some consistency at these universities and gotta hire the right people.
Coach, is what you guys have experienced for the last 40 years as HBCU alumnus and HBCU fans is absolutely phenomenal. I regret that I wasn't following it or even a part of it before now. But I'm so glad that I eventually got on board. However I got on board is how I got on board.
You came at the right time, Rocky. I'm going to be honest with you. You came at the right time. I'm going to be honest with you. If you would have came 5 or 6 years beforehand, you would have not enjoyed it. I'm just telling you. There has been a transition with the football, the caliber of football play, the schools caring about the football team. That's why you see all these schools finding coaches now. We got to win. We got to win. They should just let guys just ride out. Now, I'm not saying that's good or bad, and it's probably bad that you don't give a coach a chance, but that just shows that people care about the product now, and they're not going to wait 2-3 years to see some movement.
And I'll say this, Campbell, and we'll wrap up and we'll let Coach wrap up. We always understand the more important something is, the more competent people need to be at the helm, right? The more important something is, the more competent the people be at the helm. You can let a practicing barber or a barber student give you a haircut. You're not going to let nobody practice on your heart surgery. You need a professional. You need somebody who had done it a few times before they go inside your ticker and start messing with it. And I think that's what we got to get in the mindset of HBCUs have to get in the mindset is we need to quit trying guys out because we need to get tried and true professional coaches at the helm. That's when we'll get the best result. I'll go back to this. Dion was a one-off. I'll give you that. Willie Simmons had head coaching experience. And before him, Coach Maynard had head coaching experience. Those are, I think that's where the hiring should go back, whether it's the AD positions or the head coaching positions on football. They should go back to a way where they take tried and true, proven winners and put them at the helm of these blue blood programs and even these upstart programs. And I'm done.
Yeah. Coach, I want to announce that we have been approved for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. So,
thank you.
We're in the house. I want to tell our And the HBCU Coach's Corner will be live. Me and Rocky will be doing some interviewing, and we'll bring some of the pageantry, not necessarily the game, because we want to watch the game too.
Yeah.
We'll be bringing sideline stuff to you guys live. We also will party in the sweet box with yours truly, Mr. Steve Campbell and the boys. So we're going to be interviewing alumni up there and all that good stuff, man, and we're going to have a good time. And so Rocky will talk, and Steve will definitely talk. And guys, we will bring the swag, MEAC, pageantry, off the field action to you. So make sure you tune in. What the game is on the 24th?
24th. Yeah.
24th. Yeah, 24th. Yeah, 24th. Correct.
And so we'll make sure we'll make some announcements so you can YouTube it. So if you can't make the game, we'll bring the game to your living room.
And I'm just going to address the 80 day. Say, yeah, I grew up in a town where HBCU was. I knew about HBCU. HBCU football wasn't something that I followed prior to them. Did I know who Walter Payton was? Did I know who Aeneas Williams was? Did I know where Jackson State was? Did I know where Southern was? Absolutely. But when you talk about football being the draw, when you talk about football to HBCU people before Dion, they start talking about the band and the band competitions and Battle of the Bands and the parties after the. I'm a football fan. All that other stuff is cool. That's what y'all like it for. I like the football. And that's why, and I'm third. But like I said, I came for the football and I'm staying for the people because it's absolutely amazing in HBCU sports.
Man, look, we just wanted to get Coach Dishman on, which was a great thing. I want to thank Coach Dishman and his coaching staff. I wish him a good year. Man, Coach, we did it again. We 2 hours, Coach. We got 2 coaches coming on tomorrow, Vernon Brown, Coach at Lane
We got
College.
time slots. We're going to get them out of there, Coach. We're going to get them out of there on time.
Coach Teddy Keaton, Clark Atlanta, new coach at that university. Again, Wednesday night, we're going to have Sean Gibbs, Coach Steve Campbell. Hey, man. Hey, put your armor on, Coach, because we're coming at you. I think, Coach, Florida A&M was on the clock, Coach, because we missed Coach Gibbs. He's a gem, and we'll definitely get into that. All right, and then of course,
what we're gonna do is we're gonna wish him well down there at Fort Valley. Fort Valley. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure he get a 10-win season down there at Fort Valley.
Okay, and then we got TC Taylor of Jackson State, who's came behind Deion Sanders, some big shoes to fill. He also will call his own offensive plays this year. And then I'll share with y'all some history about when I coached against TC Taylor when I was at Alabama State and he was the wide receiver at Jackson State. So I'll tease him about that as well. Just to give y'all a peek, we ended up beating them 68-61. So we'll
did y'all play with defenses?
No, Coach. Hey, look, my brother was the defensive coordinator and the head coach, so y'all leave that. I can't see that, But anyway, it was a great game. But guys, we're gonna end it. As I say, man, Kamala Harris, you're killing it. But if you don't believe in Kamala Harris and you believe in the other candidate, but we got to vote. Black folks, we got to vote. And that's very important. Man, life is very short, man. It's not a dress rehearsal. Don't get caught up in trying to impress others. Coach, we all go through problems. Same problems you have in a $12,000 home. The same issues are going on in a $12 million home. Don't let it twist you. I've traveled a lot, Coach. You go to one island, you've been to all. It ain't where you go. It's making sure you take your family with you and how you enjoy where you're going. I've been to every island in the Bahamas area. I've been to Mexico. I've been overseas in Germany. But it's people are people. It ain't about color. It's about values and it's about home and it's about family. I love my family. I love my brothers. I love my friends, the people who's been in my life. So don't give up on life. Look at me. Just a couple of years ago, I was just on my couch, still trying to work my way through what happened to me at Texas Southern. Once I gave that up and started moving forward, look at me. I'm gonna be on national television, commentating stuff that I love, which is Black college football. So once again, as I always in this show, if you feel yourself at the end of the rope, the tie knot, and just hold on tight, guys. Hold on tight, because ain't nobody bad like you.